Hello, people. How are you? I'm going to talk about today's trade. Let me remove this for a second and go back to the daily chart. As mentioned in the outlook today, we went into weekly fair value gap over here. We saw a huge reduction, and I was looking for a place back into this fair value gap. I saw a post by ICT, and he mentioned this 0.5 of the area, so I noted it out just because he mentioned it. But my draw was already towards this fair value gap going into the day. That's why I traded up into this fair value gap, but I didn't trade and wait till this level over here because that was not my idea. It was ICT's idea, right? Of course, he's the GOAT, but I have to follow my own trading. Let's go down to 1 hour chart, and we see we went into the weekly fair value gap. We saw a huge rejection, made a fair value gap over here, went up, rejected this fair value gap area, went down, took support on this fair value gap, went back up and crossed this area, which makes this high probability area for future. We can see some rejection and support later. Pointed out this fair value gap, right? When it was made, we took support on it, see over here, and then went up above the fair value gap, closed on the day over here above the 0.5 of the range. That means that we can see further continuation. In my daily outlook, I mentioned this buy side over here, and then I mentioned minor buy side over here, which was taken right at the open. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. So the trade I took and I posted in the group was this one. Going into the day, I was bullish. I was looking for the price to go into this fair value gap area over here. That's what I targeted. I saw that on this octant level over here, we had this order block with an open unmitigated 1 minute fair value gap. Price went into that order block, rejected it, went back up. I entered over here. Let me show you the execution. See, I entered manually in these places over here. When it come back into this 0.0 level of the fair value gap, I entered again with one more contract. When it come back, put my stop here. Took partials along the way. One partial was on this high, one partial was on Tuesday's opening range gap, and final partial was on the lower end of the fair value gap that I mentioned for my target, which was 152 points trade. Then we see we go up, take out previous day high, stop before Tuesday opening range gap, come back into the middle of this and this octant level, perfect rejection, go back up, stop just before the 0.5 of the range, go back, take out these lows into the fair value gap that was created. Amazing. This would have been an amazing short. I was not on the charts. Rejected this fair value gap at 11:30 between the macro time. Would have been an amazing trade from here. Went back into this important area that we have noted out. Would have seen some sort of drawdown if I was break even. I might have been stopped out. Went back up on the lunch high, come back one more time into this octant level, then consolidate so much that I had to end my trade. I was targeting this high, this buy side that I mentioned in the morning, right? So I saw this chop, and then I saw this inversion over here on this Tuesday opening range gap. I thought we should enter here. I had one more contract added here because I thought it would reject this order block, and one contract just in case that we go down and take these lows because they are relatively equal. I put one contract over there, as you can see over here. I entered there, and it was so choppy that I exited right about here. Well, it was a good idea, otherwise I would have been stopped out. It goes back down into this fair value gap. Why this fair value gap? There is a sauce for you, as ICT mentioned. Whatever is made on the octants is mostly high probability. This fair value gap is made on one of the octants, 0.75 quadrants, sorry, actually. We go back, we took support on it all the time. If we have entered on this and put our stop here and put our break even above this high, it would have been an amazing trade. Like, for example, you want to see a retracement here. it would have been a lot of chop putting your stop over here, but it would have been an easy trade targeting this high over here, putting this guy over here as your break-even point. This one, sorry, yeah, it would be a break-even trade actually. If you entered over here and put your break-even over here, that would be very sad. I would just move my stop over here, but honestly I would have been stopped out in profit over here if I was trading. So very bad chop, but it ended up delivering. Something happened at 4 p.m. and it ended up delivering again. We closed above the 0.5 of the range of the fair value gap, and I expect that it would be a bullish day again tomorrow, or maybe just hang around in this range. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow.